Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my match review from the Manchester United Newcastle United game. So Manchester United beat Newcastle 4-1 at Old Trafford. Cristiano Ronaldo made his second debut and Ronaldo scored twice. Ronaldo's first goal came from a mistake from Woodman. Mason Greenwood had the shot, Woodman spilt it, and Ronaldo got the rebound. Ronaldo's second goal, he charged into the box and put it through Woodman's legs. Ronaldo looked very dangerous every time he had possession. Prior to this game, Solskjaer did confirm that Ronaldo would feature. And Ronaldo did admit that he would pressure Solskjaer to start him in the game. Cristiano Ronaldo has hinted that he's looking to stay at Manchester United beyond his current contract. Ronaldo did sign a 2-year contract with Man United with an option of a 3rd year. We agreed a fee of €15 million. There's a further €8 million in add-ons, so that's €23 million in total. That equates to £19.8 million in pounds sterling. And obviously Ronaldo is Man United's new number 7. The other week Ronaldo completed his medical. But he is the greatest player of all time. He's won 32 major trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. He gave his first interview the other week, Ronaldo, and he said, "I'm very happy to be back home after 12 years. And he made it clear to Solskjaer that he's returned to win trophies. Ronaldo obviously told his new Man United teammates that he wants the Premier League this season. We've got a very good chance of winning the league this season. Bruno Fernandes's goal was fantastic. Bruno Fernandes scored from 25 yards out. Bruno Fernandes could have had a couple of other goals because he had a couple of good chances. Jesse Lingard came off the bench and scored. It was lovely build-up play to Jesse Lingard's goal. Pogba and Martial were involved in it, and it was a lovely dummy from Anthony Martial. Don't forget, Jesse Lingard rejected a new Man United contract offer over playing time concerns, despite him being in the last year of his deal. In the summer transfer window, Lingard snubbed a return to West Ham, because last season Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. But earlier on this season, Solskjaer confirmed that Lingard remains part of his plans, despite that ongoing speculation. Paul Pogba made an impact. He got 2 assists in the game. So that's now 7 assists for Pogba so far this season. And we've only played 4 games. Luke Shaw, he got an assist in the game. I'm expecting Luke Shaw to enjoy a very good season. He's had a good start to this season and he was superb last season. Newcastle's goal were from Manquillo. We switched off though for Newcastle's goal. The assist was from Alan Saint-Maximin. Newcastle really parked the bus for the vast majority of the game. Newcastle did look threatening though on the break. I read some of the stats of the game. Manchester United dominated possession. We had 65% possession. Newcastle had 35. We had 21 shots in total in the game. We created 20 chances and I think we had 7 shots on target. I thought Raphael Varane did very, very well on his home debut. Varane had a fantastic chance in the game from a header. Just went wide. It came from the corner. Varane also did well on his debut in the 1-0 win against Wolves before the international break. Varane to Manchester United was official just before kick-off against Leeds, which was the opening day. We got Varane for a reasonable fee. We got him in a deal worth 41 million with add-ons included. We paid 34 million up front. And Varane signed a 4-year contract with Man United with an option of a further year. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's won a lot of trophies. He won a hell of a lot when he was at Real Madrid. He was a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He did endure 10 years with them. I've got to give a shout out for Jaden Sancho. I thought he did very, very well today. I thought some of his link-up play and that was good and got in some decent positions. Jaden Sancho started on that left-hand side. And I said Jaden Sancho's going to do well at Man United, providing that Solskjaer uses him right. Sancho wasn't too good though in the game against Wolves before the international break because he couldn't get into that game. We got Sancho in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included, and Sancho's under contract with Man United until June 2026. There's also an option of a further year. But at Man United, I'm convinced that Jaden Sancho will replicate what he did in his 4 years with Borussia Dortmund. Sancho to Man United was confirmed on the 23rd of July. Mason Greenwood, he played well. Didn't score today, but he's got 3 goals so far this season. Van der Beek didn't start today, but he came on in the game. Solskjaer should have started him. Van der Beek doesn't get enough game time at Manchester United. Solskjaer did say he's prepared to play Donny van der Beek in a 2-man midfield. This was prior to the game. Donny van der Beek has told Solskjaer his best position. Van der Beek reckons he would be best served as a number 6 or a number 8. Earlier on this week, Van der Beek spoke about his future in an exclusive interview with Rio Ferdinand. Van der Beek admitted that he's prepared to keep fighting to earn his place in the Man United team and to remain in the plans of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Van der Beek's agent has done a lot of talking. Obviously, he confirmed that the player held talks with Everton over a move, and he did say the return of Ronaldo was bad news for Van der Beek. And he fired a warning shot to Man United, play him in the Premier League or lose him. And last week, Van der Beek's agent said that Van der Beek will succeed at Man United and prove his doubters wrong at Man United this season. This is Van der Beek's second full season at the club. Last season he made 36 appearances in all competitions, but most of them appearances came from the bench. I recall Van der Beek starting just 4 games in the league last season. We got him in a deal worth 40 million for Mike's with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Solskjaer rejected Van der Beek's exit because it said that Everton were close to signing him on loan. But yeah, I think that's the only mistake Solskjaer did make, was not starting Van der Beek. Obviously, Matic started ahead of him. And Van der Beek should be ahead of Matic. Ollie brought 3 substitutions on in the game. So yeah, he brought Van der Beek on, and the other 2 he brought on was Lingard and Anthony Martial. We have got some players missing. I think Tellez is still out. He sustained an injury in training before the start of the season. Tellez wouldn't have been in contention to play in the game anyway. Marcus Rashford is out with a shoulder injury. He's out until October because earlier on in the summer, Rashford decided to have surgery on his shoulder. Scott McTominay, he's been out with a groin injury. He had surgery on his groin. Eric Bailly has been out due to personal reasons. Edison Cavani was missing from the squad today. Dean Henderson's been unavailable because obviously he did have COVID. Obviously Fred didn't play today because he's banned. Obviously Fred won't be playing any part on Tuesday against Young Boys. But yeah, 3 wins out of 4 so far this season for Man United. So we've enjoyed a good start to the season. So we have registered 10 points from our first 4 league games. We are now top of the Premier League. Newcastle, they've enjoyed a very poor start to the season. They're winless so far. Newcastle have obviously got some players out. Obviously, there was no John Joe Shelby for them today. There was no Callum Wilson. He's out with injury. Anderson, he wasn't playing because he's out with injury. Dubrakava, how do you pronounce his name? He was also out with injury. So there you go. Hayden, he was injured, but obviously he's back now because he played a part today. Darlow, he's now back. He's just recovered from COVID-19. Dummett, I think he's now back from injury. Ryan Fraser as well, he's out with injury. I think he's just recently got injured. I'm expecting Steve Bruce to get sacked at some point this season because he isn't a good manager. Never liked Steve Bruce as a manager. At one point, Newcastle had Rafa Benitez, and I think a lot of Newcastle fans were very disappointed when he resigned because I thought Newcastle were consistent under Rafa Benitez. I think the reason he resigned is because he didn't get backed enough, didn't get the players he wanted to recommend in at Newcastle. Newcastle's owner is Mike Ashley. He's been owner of Newcastle for 14 years now. He bought Newcastle for 135 million back in 2007. At one point there was talks of Mike Ashley selling the club because there was talks of the Saudi Arabians taking over. Don't forget, Newcastle loaned Matty Longstaff out to Aberdeen in the summer transfer window. They also they let Kyle Scott go. I think he left them on deadline day. I think, didn't they let Yedlin go this year, or was it last year? So there you go. And the last time Newcastle beat us at Old Trafford was back in 2013. It was a goal from Cabaye. You know, we beat Newcastle last season at Old Trafford 3-1, beating them at St James's Park last season 4-1. We seldom lose to Newcastle. So yeah, our next game is Young Boys in the Champions League group stage on Tuesday. That game is our first game of the group stage. Don't really know much about Young Boys, to be fair. I think they are sitting like 7th in the Swiss Super League. Their manager is David Wagner. Before, Wagner has managed Schalke, he's managed Huddersfield, also managed Borussia Dortmund's reserve team. As you all know, in our group it's Young Boys, Atlanta and Villarreal. We should progress to the knockout stages. You know, last season we should have got to the knockout stages because we started so well in the group last season, you know, beating Leipzig 5-0 and winning away at PSG 2-1. But then we just fell flat at the final hurdle. Our next game in the Premier League is West Ham. You know, I'm expecting Manchester United to win that. I want Manchester United to sign a midfielder next year. I was disappointed that we didn't sign a midfielder in the summer transfer window. Now, obviously, we went in for a few midfielders in the summer transfer window. We went in for Declan Rice. Obviously, it recently said that Man United identified Declan Rice as number one midfield transfer target for next summer. Declan Rice is likely to leave West Ham next summer as he targets a club offering Champions League football. Solskjaer is confident on Declan Rice transfer. When the summer transfer window was open, Declan Rice did mention that he was unhappy with West Ham's 100 million price tag. Declan Rice has rejected a few contract offers at West Ham. He's got 3 years left on his contract at West Ham. When the summer transfer window was open, we went in for Saul Niguez, but obviously didn't get him because he joined Chelsea on loan. We also went in for Eduardo Camavinga. Obviously he signed for Real Madrid. And we went in for Ruben Neves from Wolves. Now, Man United did enjoy a very good summer transfer window. We made 4 signings. We brought Tom Eaton in on a free from Villa, brought Jaden Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid, and we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. And in the summer transfer window, we spent around 140 million. And Solskjaer received the backing he deserved in this year's summer transfer window. Our owners, the Glazers, had backed him, surprisingly. They only backed him though because they'd been persuaded to. John Murtough, our director of football, backed Solskjaer. And we made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club, and Darren Fletcher also backed him, and we made the right decision recommending Darren Fletcher back in. Woodward has said several times before that he'd back Solskjaer, and when we was enduring them bad periods under Solskjaer, Woodward assured that Solskjaer's job was safe. Woodward is leaving Man United. It got announced he was leaving back in April when that European Super League came into the equation. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. Sky Sports News said the other week that Man United are close to appointing Richard Arnold as Ed Woodward's successor as the new chief executive. It said it should be announced in the next couple of weeks. It was disappointing that we only managed to sell one player in the summer transfer window, and that was Daniel James. We sold him to Leeds. We did loan quite a few players out in the summer transfer window. We loaned Brandon Williams out, we loaned Ethan Laird out, we loaned Andres Pereira out, we loaned Axel Tuanzebe out, we loaned Tahith Chong out, and we also loaned Facundo Pellistri out. That's full. But Man United have a title winning squad, so the time for excuses is over. And even Solskjaer mentioned, was it the other week, that he told his Man United squad that it's better than the 1999 treble winning team that Ole was part of. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. Solskjaer mentioned the other week that he privately views Chelsea as Man United's biggest title rival ahead of Liverpool and Man City. And before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes. But definitely Solskjaer has to win a trophy this season, because he's not yet won a trophy as Manchester United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017. This is Solskjaer's third full season as Man United manager. He's obviously now managed 101 games in the Premier League as Man United manager. Obviously that game today against Newcastle was his 101th game as Man United manager. Ole has managed over 150 games as Man United manager in all competitions. Despite us having a good window and despite us enjoying a good start this season, I still haven't changed my perception on Ole, I still don't think he's the long-term manager for Man United. But I hope I'm proven wrong. But Ole does deserve at least this season, we need to have patience with him. Obviously, before, a lot of United fans have demanded Ole out. And I've been heavily critical of him, but I've obviously had my reasons behind it. I didn't agree with us giving him that new contract before the start of the season. Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club till 2024. There's an option of a further year. But Ole has been in charge of Manchester United for almost 3 years. In December, he would have been in charge of the club for 3 years. But whatever happens regarding Solskjaer, we'll always adore him because at the end of the day, he's a club legend. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United and he flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. But you can see that progress has been made under Ole. We're top of the Premier League now as it stands. Last season, at one point Solskjaer got us top of the Premier League for the first time since the Fergie era. Solskjaer has got us to semi-finals, got us to the Europa League final last season, got us to the FA Cup quarter-final. He's got us a second place finish and a third place finish. He got us second last season and third in his first full season. So there you go, and Solskjaer has made good signings. Solskjaer has signed 14 players so far as Man United manager, and we've spent around 441 million in total under Ole. Ole's also got rid of a lot of players since he's come in, which he knew he had to do. He's got rid of quite a lot of players permanently, and he's loaned quite a few players out. And Solskjaer has more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players. And I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. Solskjaer seems to have a lot of trustworthy in his young players. On my next video, I will be giving you my play ratings from this 4-1 win against Newcastle. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.